welcome to week 3. Here we go, week 3. So today is Tuesday, it is day 16 as I would have said in my last vlog, because I forgot to vlog for 2 days straight, so that was really good. But here I am, it is Tuesday. Yesterday was a public holiday, didn't really do very much. Honestly, I think I really struggled to get my calories in yesterday. I was talking a little bit about that in the last vlog. Yeah, I got to the end of the day and I put in my dinner and I still had, I think I was about 1700 calories, and I want to hit at least a minimum of 1885. So yeah, I had to kind of bulk up my food at the end of the day to ensure that I hit that minimum. I ended up getting up to 2088, so that is perfectly fine. That is on the lower end of the gap between my BMR and my TDEE, so I was happy with that. I did forget to take my multivitamins and my other vitamins last night though, so I'm a little bit bummed about that. I'm hoping I don't, well, the reason I'm saying I'm hoping I don't get any ill effects of that is because I've been actually noticing that I've been feeling much better just by taking those tablets, especially my restless legs. I was having very restless legs the first week that I started fasting, and it was almost to the point where it was painful. My legs really hurt, which, you know, apart from the moving that I had to constantly do because of the restless legs, the pain was actually keeping me awake. And I found by having my magnesium supplements on the last 2 eat days, apart from yesterday because I forgot, I actually am feeling much better. My legs don't hurt at night. I haven't had anywhere near as vigorous restless legs as I was having in that first week of fasting. So I think it's really doing me good to make sure that I am just topping up my vitamins just to make sure that I'm, you know, having enough. And like I said about the anemia that I am prone to. So overall, I think that is a good thing, and I will keep taking my multivitamins. But yeah, I'm just a little bit bummed that I didn't take it yesterday. Quickly going through yesterday, I've got my tracker in front of me. I'll put in my overalls on the side so that you can kind of see as I talk. Breakfast again was just some coffee with almond milk and peanut butter muffins. Lunch was the leftover of the taco chicken soup that I spoke about in the last episode, with some more of those tortilla crisps, which were amazing. I had a little bit of cheese as well because I figured that I maybe, because it was very low calorie food anyway, a serve of the soup was only 166 calories, so it was very low in calories. And I had 2 serves of the tortilla crisps because the guys left some the other night. They didn't actually eat them all, so they added them to the ones that I portioned out for myself, and I had those. But even then, that was only 210 calories just for the tortilla crisps. And then I just added a little bit of cheese. It was 30 grams of grated cheese, which was 127 calories. So that was my lunch. So by that point of the day, like lunch and breakfast, I was only up to about 830 odd calories. You know, when I'm supposed to be eating 1885 a day, that's like a whole 1,000 calories for just like left for just the afternoon one meal essentially. And that was when I worked out what last night's dinner was, which I also didn't take a photo of, which was teriyaki meatballs and rice bowls. So it was basically just some rice. I didn't have a whole heap of rice, I had a very small amount of rice. Although I did count the calories for the full serve of rice. The rice should have been split into 4 for the actual recipe. It was supposed to serve 4, but I split the whole thing. Like the meatballs I split into 3 because there's 3 people, so we just used them all up. So the sauce and the meatballs got split into 3, but the rice did not. I just took a little piece of the rice and the guys had split the rest. So probably I didn't have as many calories as what I logged, and that was 688 for that meal. So that was the meatballs, the teriyaki sauce, and the rice and spring onions and some broccoli and cauliflower. I've looked at that recipe, and because I was on keto for so long, I haven't actually made meatballs with breadcrumbs in them for a really long time, because in keto obviously you're not going to eat the breadcrumbs. So I kind of looked at the recipe and I kind of thought to myself, I could probably omit the breadcrumbs. They were, out of the whole recipe, 256 calories out of the entire recipe. So I figured I could probably omit them next time if I need to keep the calories down. And also the teriyaki sauce was very, very sweet. It had half a cup of brown sugar in it, which I didn't quite fill my half cup. I kind of left it a little bit looser packed and I didn't really fill it all the way to the top. But I think I could probably peg that back to a third or a quarter of a cup, because it was really sweet. When I was just having the bits that had a lot of sauce on it, it was almost like that, you know, when you have something that's really sweet and it kind of almost burns, like if something's really, really sweet or really, really salty, it kind of almost burns your mouth. I felt a little bit like that as I swallowed the food, so I think I could probably peg the sugar back on those in future if I ever make it again as well, and that will save calories too. But yeah, it was pretty tasty. The sweetness was cut by the meatballs. They actually did really cut through the sweetness, and obviously having it with rice as well helped to dilute that sweetness. But other than that, I think I just had more. Oh, that's right, I remade the sweet and spicy tuna salad that we've made once before, and I had that on some crackers for a snack yesterday afternoon. I've got some still left in the fridge, so that's probably going to be calling to me today because I really enjoyed that. But yeah, for today, it's just fasting day. I didn't feel like a coffee this morning. I've woken up quite thirsty, so I did not fancy having a coffee. Just the flavour just didn't do anything for me. I think I'm kind of going off coffee, to be honest. I haven't had one in the afternoons. Usually I have 2 a day, and I haven't had any in the afternoons. Over the weekend I had them in the morning because we have Nespressos usually on the weekends, so I did have those in the morning. But yeah, this morning I just woke up, did not feel like coffee. It's kind of like, it's almost like a physical feeling, like my mouth is just like, no, I don't want that. Like, don't put that in there. But yeah, I'm kind of off coffee. And then I tried to have because I knew I had a lot of calories yesterday, so I tried to have a glass of wine, because my in-laws, when they came for dinner, what was that, a week or so ago, brought some wine. So that's kind of been sitting in the fridge, and we figured because it was capped it would probably be okay, like the alcohol would still be in there. But I poured it out, and I just didn't like the flavour of it. I didn't care for it, and I don't know whether it's just that it was bad wine, which is unusual because my in-laws have quite good taste in wine. Although my housemate did say he didn't particularly care for it either on the night. So it could have just been not to our taste wine, but I had, I think, 3 sips, because Simon said to me, you know, white wine's not supposed to be straight from the fridge. Like he said, it's supposed to be just chilled, taken from the cellar and chilled in a bucket of ice or something, he said. I don't know what makes him such a wine expert, but so I had a sip of it when I first brought it out of the fridge, didn't care for it. Then I left it for maybe 10 minutes, had another try, still didn't care for it, and then I think it sat there for like 30 minutes, and I picked it up to take it into the kitchen just to throw it down the sink, and I had one last little try, and yeah, I didn't care for it. So it's, oddly enough, I think I'm completely off alcohol at this point, because I do enjoy a beer, but because of the high carbs in beer and the calories, I don't know that I want to waste calories on like empty calories like alcohol, maybe, especially because we tend to buy half-litre cans, so 500ml cans, and that's quite large for calories. I can't remember what it was off the top of my head. I did look it up years ago when I was still looking at calories. I could look into that again, but I think the can is like 250. That kind of is what's coming to mind. So yeah, I don't really want to I mean, unless I've got heaps and heaps of calories left, to waste them on beer. So, and I've gone off wine, not drinking the beer, so I think I'm pretty much teetotal now, which is kind of boring and sad, even though as I've gotten older I can't handle alcohol as well. I can't recover from having a few drinks as much as I used to when I was younger. I never used to get a hangover, and now like my whole day's destroyed if I even have a couple of glasses of wine because I just feel so flat. So I guess, you know, not drinking is probably a healthy thing for me as well. I find my skin always gets much better when I'm not drinking. I think drinking just dries me out a lot. But that's about where we are. It is, I've got to get on with some work. I've got a lot of work to do. It's 9:20 on a Tuesday morning, day 16. So I guess I will check in with you later on this afternoon. I haven't had any more news on my car, so I guess maybe I'll find out by the next time I talk to you. But I will leave it there for now, and I'll chat to you later. Morning. Today is Wednesday. It is day 17, I think, of alternate day fasting. I'm feeling like shit this morning. I didn't finish the vlog last night because I actually came down feeling not very well at all. Yesterday was incredibly frantic. I did not have a good day yesterday, combined with trying to do work for my business and then having to take my husband to work because we had the loan car, then being able to pick up my car, and then Simon and his workmate have had a cat in their warehouse for a week, nearly, and they finally caught it yesterday, so Simon's like, can you quickly come into work early? And so I had to drop everything I was doing here, including trying to get on their dinner in the slow cooker, and I just had the most hectic day yesterday. And I think I did eat some. I had altogether I had just shy of 380 calories, I think, for the day. I didn't have a coffee yesterday, just didn't feel like it. I had 2 of my peanut muffins around. I think one of them I had just after 12, the other one I had about 2. And then I just had last night after I started feeling unwell, because I thought perhaps I was hungry because of all of the stuff that I'd done yesterday and the stress, and I was overwhelmed. And I mean, I was still doing my work that I had to drop at 7 o'clock or after last night. So I literally was on the go from pretty much the moment I woke up at 6:20 until after 7, and including 3 different trips out of the house. And I had washing that had to come off the line, and I was out getting that off the line, and I suddenly felt like I was swaying, and I had a headache, and I just thought I need to eat something, I think. So I had what was left of the sweet and spicy tuna salad with some water crackers, and I ended up going to bed around normal time. I think I turned the light out at about 9:20, so that's early. Usually I would turn it, like the light usually goes out at 10, even if I am dozing. The light itself turns off at 10, but last night it was 9:20 because I was just so tired and so not feeling well. I did feel a little bit better after the food kind of hit my belly, so I think that's possibly what it was. And like talking with Simon, he said it's probably because you've been so busy today and you've had so little to eat. It's probably just a low blood sugar thing, and he's probably right, I guess. I still feel a bit crap that I had that many calories on a fast day, but I think ultimately I have to listen to my body, and if I'm swaying and I feel like I'm just going to drop, I should probably eat something, hey? So today is an eat day, thank God, because I was very, very hungry yesterday as well, which was probably my body trying to boost my blood sugars. But yeah, I'm sitting here now. I've just made myself a coffee, so I'm going to have that. I have chosen to have cream in the coffee this morning, so that I can start the day off having used a few calories, because I don't want to end the day again having too many calories left and having to shovel food down my throat, because I do not enjoy that. From having a lifetime of overeating and feeling awful, that really full feeling, I have now actually been able to identify it, and I hate that feeling now. I cannot even go slightly over satisfied without feeling like I've eaten far too much. So I don't like shoveling food at the end of the day to make sure I get enough calories. So I figure if I start off with a high calorie coffee, I think it's 162 calories, I think, for the cream in my coffee. I figure if I start off the day like that, then I hopefully will not have to shovel calories at the end of the day. But I think that's about it for now. I was going to do more dyeing today because I dyed 12 skeins of yarn yesterday. I was going to do more dyeing today, but after yesterday I just need a rest day. I just really can't face being on my feet all day again. So I think I'm going to record my craft podcast today, edit that, get that up, start editing this vlog because today is Wednesday, so it's the end of part 1. And yeah, just take it easy today because I just don't think I can handle another day like yesterday. Overwhelm is not my friend. That is how I have breakdowns. So we're going to try and avoid that at all costs. But that's probably it for now. I need to go and put my battery on charge so I have plenty of juice for doing my podcast. And I guess I'll talk to you about lunchtime. It is the afternoon on Wednesday and so far so good. I got my podcast finished, hence the makeup. I got most of my vlog, edited, except for obviously this part, and if I record later, I'm recording on my phone just at the moment because the memory card needs to remain in the computer as it renders the file, it exports the file. So I've obviously recorded my podcast on the same card that I record my vlog on, so it is still on the computer for the moment. So I'm using my phone. I think my phone footage is quite fine, so here I am, I'm just using it. It is 2:30 in the afternoon now. I've had my lunch, which was leftovers of the tikka masala, and of course I forgot to take a photo because I was too frantic to get it in my gob. But it was delicious. It was actually really good. It almost was like a Indian shop in curry. And I served myself out a little bit of rice. I didn't have as much rice as the guys like I usually say on here. I usually only give myself about half a cup or so, whereas the boys end up with like a cup of cooked rice or something. You know, they're active guys. They have active jobs mostly, so I'm sure they well and truly burn that off every day. But for me, I just don't like to have that many calories, so I already put my rice aside, and what I thought was ish a serving, it was less, I'd say, because I put it in a too smaller container and the rice took up most of the container, so I probably didn't actually put a full serving of the masala on top. So we had some leftovers because I don't think Chris had seconds, but Simon did, and they left some, which I put aside as well, but I decided to add that to my lunch because I was like, I don't know that I've got a full serve of the masala on here. I'll add it. And then turns out it was far too much food, so I actually put back half of what I took out. So I mean, I've tracked that I had a serve of the masala and about half a cup of rice or so. So that's what I've tracked. What if I ate that? I don't think so, because I've left. Because I mixed it all together. There's still a heap of rice left. So I don't think I've eaten anywhere near what I've tracked, but I don't know how better to do it. But yeah, so far I've had my breakfast, which was, I had 2 peanut butter muffins left. I might give those a rest for a minute, even though I really like them. I just don't want to exhaust myself on them and not like them anymore. So those are gone. I am thinking I will try some baked oatmeal, which I got a recipe off Rachel Sharp's website for, I think it's a cinnamon baked
oatmeal or cinnamon roll baked oatmeal or something. It's supposed to come with icing on it, which I probably won't bother with. So I think I'll bake that for my breakfast on Friday. Today's Wednesday, yes, I'm all thrown out because of the long weekend. And then I had about 11:30, I think, I had some just 4 water crackers and some salsa verde. I was just a little bit hungry and was about to record my podcast, so I just had a little snack. And then I had the tikka masala for lunch. So here we are. I've had another coffee, and as you'll see, I've corrected myself in the last little bit of footage that it's only 133 calories for a cup of coffee, so it's not quite as much as I thought. So I've had 2 today, and I'm still only at about 760 calories. So I've still got like 1,000 calories for the day minimum to get to my BMR, and I don't know. I don't know what to do to eat more because I just don't feel like eating more. Don't have the feeling that I have the space. I just don't want to eat anymore. So if you've got tips for what I can do to help myself eat more, please let me know down in the description. Down in the comments. So I just need some tips. Like, do I just need to eat higher calorie foods and less of them just so I get there? That's all I can think of, is because eating the lower calorie foods, I just have to eat so much food, and I just don't want to eat all the food. I just don't feel comfortable eating all that food. It makes me feel sluggish and full, and I don't like it. But that's my dilemma that I have at the moment. Maybe I should cook up the 2 remaining tortillas that we've got and make some tortilla crisps. But even then, I've only got 2 tortillas left and 2 serves. Like, each tortilla is a serve, and even then that's only going to be another 200 calories. Oh, goodness me. And we're having salad for dinner, so I don't know. It's tricky. I think I'll have a pasta salad for dinner, so that might make up some calories, hopefully. I am feeling better this afternoon, as you can probably see. I'm probably buzzing off my last cup of coffee, to be honest. But I have finished everything that I intended to do today. I did the shopping list, we got that ready to collect. I did my craft podcast. I'm actually vlogging with you today. And the podcast is all edited, it's exporting now. I do have week 2, part 2 of this podcast, of this vlog to get uploaded, but because it's from iMovie, it's over 3 gig and it's going to take forever. So the next, this vlog that you're watching right now will be done on the different software on my husband's computer, so it will be much smaller file sizes, and I'll be able to export them and upload them much quicker, so there shouldn't be this big delay anymore, because technically week 2.2 should have been up on Monday, which it clearly isn't because it's Wednesday. So maybe I'll chuck that on now to start uploading, and we'll see how we go. My craft podcast isn't due out till tomorrow, so I guess I can use up all the bandwidth getting the vlog up onto the internet. But anyway, I will try very hard to check in before bed tonight and let you know how I went with my calories and what I had for dinner.
It's that time of the day again. I'm actually filming before bed. It is 20 to 10, quarter to 10ish, and I have finished my eat day today. I managed to get 1934 calories, so I did struggle initially. I had only eaten 1500 odd calories after dinner. I had some Italian orzo salad for dinner, and I had some dessert. I treated myself to some Halo Top ice cream, so I had some of that. I've never had that before. It's very interesting, shall we say. They call it a frozen dessert, not really an ice cream. It has kind of almost a gritty kind of consistency to it. It's very expensive here in Australia because it is an import from the US, so it was $9 for a pint. I think it's a pint. It was 437 mils, which I think is a pint. So I had about a third of that. It was 280 calories. It was a birthday cake flavour. 280 calories per tub. I had about a third of it, so I think it was about 156 calories or something. And I actually got hungry at 8:45, 10 to 9, something like that. And normally I don't like to eat that late, but I was really hungry, and knowing how hungry I was on my last fast day, I thought I would have some more food. So my fast will be going a bit later than it usually does on Friday when I can eat again. But that's okay. It's all good. So that's probably all I really want to say to sum up today. I managed to get my calories. I got over 1900, so I well and truly got my 1885, which I was worried about because I didn't think I was going to, but the extra bit of I had leftover dinner. Don't know if I said that. Leftover dinner at about 10 to 9, just to fill myself up. So hopefully it'll last me. It is pasta, so it'll probably just spike my blood sugar and then disappear. But we'll see how we go tomorrow. But I will talk to you then.